In them glass slippers.
On sight, I give you the green light. It's all bark, we all bite.
You gambling with your life?
It's week 10 of the NFL, and this one features Trevor Lawrence. He's gonna have to air it out plenty this week.
Kaimi Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And off we go on Thursday night. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So the Jets take the field for their first drive. And we'll get a look at their signal caller playing in his 7th season.
Sure feels like the bye week came at a perfect time for him and his team as well. Right smack dab in the middle of the season, giving everybody some time to rest, recharge mentally, and really get yourself energized, Kate, to attack the rest of this regular season, starting with this contest.
They start the drive with Hall. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Here's Hall once more. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
First down, and they go right back to it. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
This one finds Goddard. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes, they so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it. You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here are the Jaguars taking over for the first time on offense. And bringing them out to former #1 overall pick out of Clemson in 2021, Trevor Lawrence.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. To be the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty, and now we're going to wait to see how they respond.
On red. Hey, kill!
Lawrence working from the gun. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
Here we go. Hey, Jupiter. Silver.
Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. And he found some running room for a nice gain. They get 7 on the run, but still 3rd and 13 to go.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
That's taken in by ETN. And he's downed after getting us up to the 41. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, a give to ETN. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And they make the tackle at the 38. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. Offense executing early. New set of downs at the 38-yard line. Here's ETN on 1st down. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here's 2nd and 7. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete.
I'll tell you what that deflection right there, Kate, tells me. That defense was following and reading the quarterback's eyes, knew exactly where that throw was going. And it takes a little bit of intuition, a little bit of feel. He's able to get his hands on it and knock it out of bounds.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. Finds him over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down? A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Now for the 2nd time this game, we get a look at the New York offense. And the last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Escapes the pocket. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Into the hands of Garrett Wilson. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, he had a chance to pull up and avoid the hit, Brock, but we knew the outcome from the moment he decided not to and made contact. That flag came out.
Let's go now.
Working inside the red zone. And the Jaguars are there. He's all down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. We've arrived at the end of one on 3rd. Time for the 2nd quarter of play. It's Jets football. They have it 2nd down, well inside of field goal range. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. 2nd and long. They didn't have to pass, Brock, but you kind of knew that was what was coming. And they had the right coverage out there to pick it off.
Yeah, you really have two choices here, Kate, offensively, right? You could play conservative, try to get to a manageable 3rd down, or you go step on the gas with aggressiveness. And I love aggressiveness. The problem? Well, this defense saw it coming, and even more so, they took it away. They went up and attacked it and got the ball for themselves.
Hey, Lion, Lion.
Slot man motioned over. From the 20 on 2nd down. He's got it deep downfield. He makes it in for the Jacksonville touchdown. Jaguars pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers. And sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
That one splits the uprights. And the Jaguars break that tie and now lead by 7. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Now here comes the New York offense. And they take over down 10-3 following that score. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. That's caught. It's Breece Hall. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Now following that completion, we see a man shaken up. Officials calling for a pause as he gets looked at. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Here we go. Ha!
Throwing off the play fake here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Looking to throw, Lance. Complete beyond the marker. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Hall running between the tackles. And he takes it across midfield and into Jaguars territory. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. This might be a free play for him. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about.
Offside. Defense.
Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach.
Still 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 5 for him after the penalty. Throwing his Lance. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. A give left side for Hall. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Stopped by Foye Oluoku. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
And they get this down to the 28. They gain 14 on the play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down. From the gun, it's Hall. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
They give to Hall on the draw. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Stopped by Foye Oluokun. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Everbank. The Jets pushing for points. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. To the air, lands. That pass complete to Goddard. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back! Because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
All right, let's go. Phil.
Now Lawrence on the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Rip, 23. Hot.
Another try following the sack. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys are going to have a little fun with him in practice this week because he looked like a DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
Hey, go, go. Go, go. Here we go.
Lawrence facing 3rd and long. He's throwing deep to the left side. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down. Jacksonville in punt formation. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. Broke through the tackle. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Jets and Breece Hall about set to go on offense. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And it'll be Jets football. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He's on the move. He's running with it. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle. The Jets take their first time out. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 36. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Now it's Lance. He has the first over the middle. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Back to throw, it's Lance. Completed over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Lance. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
One final shot before halftime. Throwing for the end zone. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down. No need for halftime. We'll just keep it right here and get started with the third quarter. On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. Returning it from the 4. Returns looking good so far. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. The Jaguars send running back Travis Etienne trotting back out to the field. And he's been carrying a great campaign now into the heart of this season. He's hitting top 5 in rushing yardage. Here's Etienne to begin the drive. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Etienne again. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
At the Jets' 33-yard line.
They go right back to Etienne. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Going to the ground again on first. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
At the 29-yard line.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Keeps on moving into the red zone. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding. Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. So now a much tougher task here as they come up on 2nd and 20. Lawrence working from the gun. And that one looked like an interception for a second. Instead, it's incomplete. Defender couldn't hang on to it. 3rd down coming up.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Hey, easy. Ralph. Silver.
Lawrence throwing here. And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing 4th down coming up. So here's Kaimi Fairbairn, ready for the field goal try. This is a 55-yard look from the left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
The Jets and Trey Lance headed back out on offense. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Goddard makes the catch. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12 there. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that makes it third down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Here comes the punting unit for the Jets. And he's hoping for good results on his first look of the night. And that's going to pin them as deep as it can go. They're going to be set up inside their own 5-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Hey, hey, hey. Hot.
They'll give this up the middle to ETN. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, it's ETN. And he has it up to the 9-yard line before going down. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
An option give here to ETN. And he's brought down for a loss. The Jaguars into punt formation. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. Got 49 on his first punt. This one looks even longer. And the fair catch is made just about a yard or 2 short of midfield. The Jets offense now set to take over. And the open lanes, the beautiful windows that he no doubt dreamt about before this game, Brock, well, they just haven't been there. It's almost like the defense challenged itself between the pass rush and the secondary. Who could make more big plays here?
Yeah, you're talking about the difference between the practice field and then the reality of this game. Sacks, interceptions. And while we won't be the final judge on which area this defense has been the biggest winner, we do know who the loser's been, the quarterback, who's had to deal with an excellent defensive showing.
And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. All right, set now, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Hall takes it straight ahead. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Ready? Half the 60. Set up.
Here's Lance. This one finds Goddard. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
3rd down give to Hall. And he's stopped down at the 16 after a small gain. And that's going to bring up a tough decision here for them on 4th down. Field goal try upcoming from the Jets. It's a 33-yard look from the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls them back within 1 score here in the 4th.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The Jaguars back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Rip, 20.
Lawrence now off the play action. Finds him on the crossing route. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big 4-yard pickup there. And that's a Jaguar first down. Trying it right side with ETN. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, Kate, sorting through traffic, seeking out a runner, that is this guy's domain, and boy, does he know how to operate in it.
Here's 2nd and 11. Complete, it's Ingram. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, Lawrence has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. They'll try it left with ETN. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. Give him a couple on the run, and it's now 2nd and goal. One more time with ETN. And he gets in, touchdown! The Jaguars go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Jaguars double their lead to 14. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Jets have their offense ready to go again. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Here's Lance now. Finds him over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Looking to throw, Lance. That one's cut along the left sideline. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he's going to take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Jets now within 1 score in the 4th. Breece Hall with the touchdown. Huge moment here for the Jets as they go for 2. They want to run it across. And he's into the end zone again, so he gets them the touchdown and the 2, and single-handedly shaves 8 points off that lead. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's out to the 38. The Jaguars returning their offense, and this running back to the field. The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, 1st and 10. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this 2nd half. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Red on red.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game.
Lisa 24. Here we go.
Now give, it's ETN headed left. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. And he's certainly given us a performance worthy of these primetime lights. This is now a 100-yard game that he's put together. Here's ETN on first down. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Timeout called by the Jets. That's their final one. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Hey.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
5 DBs out there for the Jets. 3rd down. Setting up to pass. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. They have themselves another 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Inside handoff goes to ETN. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. So the Jaguars come away with the win in this one. And the sting of losing such a close one the week before, apparently still at the forefront of their minds. They got out there.